now. Later we can do it. Let's prove CJ wrong. Why is he wrong that most black women are attracted to this type of man?
Pearl, no, we're not attracted to them. Their men want us. That's why they really hate us, because they can't.
There was not the question.
That's it.
There was
but
not
I'm
the
proving
question.
him wrong.
There was not the question. No,
Caucasian men
Tyranny, you have to be
love
one
black
sec.
women.
I talk again. Tyranny,
That's
one second.
making my
Tyranny,
point
one
back.
second, Tyranny.
Half of black women have herpes. Like,
Hey, one second. No, one second.
yeah. So again, you know, I just had to get rid of this delusion. You know, I mean, he said like she's, and you know, I just got to be. I'm trying to be honest here. If black women think you're stealing our guys, you know, I just have to go to the stats that I can also back up with my real lived experience. So it's not just stats. Black women are 7% of the population, 40% of abortions. Most white guys kind of lean pro-life. We're not really with that. You know what I mean? Like, if I talk to 10 white guys, some of them might give in and say, fine, women can have abortions, but they're not really like with that. 75% of black women are baby mamas. The obesity rate for black women is like, I think the average black woman weighs 180 pounds. White men prefer skinny. I mean, I at times think I'm too big for white guys, because white guys just really like the petite. So, you know, we are losing to different races. We really are. It's just not really the black women, except maybe like the Christian Candace Owens like type black woman. Like sometimes I would say, she'll like swoop into the church or the conservative party, and there's a guy that's got that thing for them, and then boom, they fall in love. Thank you for the $2 super chat. But I just, you know, Tyranny is the first non-obese black woman on YouTube who is a 1. You know, I just needed to clarify that. Yeah, I just needed to clarify that.
Pearl.
Hey, for real.
No. Hey, everybody. One second.
Every single group of people has bad habits. No, I can say that. I would say black women have way worse habits than white women. I would actually say it's not even close. It's not even like a little bit close. We do have bad things that we do, and we could talk about it, but I just, it's significantly worse in terms of habits for black women. Like white women vape, like I would say that's pretty common, but a man would take a vaping habit over an obese woman. I'm just being honest.
Now, 1 second. Stop talking. Pearl, let me ask you something, Pearl. Are you trying to get the reaction of us?
No,
One second, Pearl. I'm asking you a serious question.
Do I look offended? I just want to, everyone, they said I'm offended. Do I look offended?
Right? Because we had you on the panel once, and Andrew Wilson was with us, right? And Andrew Wilson all of a sudden starting to do FUBU remarks and talking about black brands and all that. And I asked him, hey, brother, I see your content all the time. You usually don't talk like this. So my question is, and be honest about it, is there any of your statements you're doing today, statements that are made to trigger the crowd that you have right now?
I actually came here prepared because I thought the topic was black fatigue. So I came prepared with stats, facts, data, and statistics. I came,
but the topic is not black fatigue, right?
A mute button would do wonders for every black panel, podcast, and forum. Yeah. That's what we spoke about.
No, but is the topic black fatigue?
That's what you told me the topic was.
No. I'm asking.
Okay, now they're about to gaslight. Okay, so I need to. Now they're gonna start white knighting. I'm trying to paraphrase just because here. Then he starts crashing out. He starts.
Trace put the table to you, and you can do whatever you want. But if we are going to try to either get clippable moments or something like that, we know more about you than you know about us. So if you want to go there, we can go there. I take my gloves off and we can do whatever we want. And if nobody can be offended because of black this and black that, you are going to talk about the time where you were fucking a black homeless man, a fat motherfucker that you were having in your house, right?
Okay, so now he starts crashing out on me, right? And I want to show you, because black people have a tendency to think that white people have to argue with you. But, white people are similar to men. When women start bitching and arguing with you, you just walk away. And you don't do it because you're offended. You don't do it because you're even angry. You do it because you're just not very pleasant to talk to. And if I'm having an unpleasant experience, I'm not going to sit here and shame you and guilt you. I'm just going to go home. I'm just going to leave. And that's what I did. Fatty, you're fat too. It's like,
absolutely. You have no titties and no ass. You are mad at me because I have more titties than you. That's why you're mad, right?
We could go back.
That's why you're mad, right? Because I have more titties than you.
So again, here's the thing. Again, I thought, white people, we're just not really built like that. We don't really want to go back and forth and personally insult you. We were adults so that we could talk about. And now I'm still smiling. I'm really not offended. But, some things you just don't want to opt. You're like, all right, this isn't a productive conversation, is it?
We are definitely adults. Let me ask you something. What do you think about black fatigue?
All right. So I do appreciate you guys having me on. I really do.
Can you say what you think about black fatigue before you go?
I really did want to do this, but apparently we can't do the facts, data, and statistics. Thank you guys so much for having me on.
If you want to
do my channel, it's just
Pearl. If we came on your show and started talking about white men and white women, you would have had a problem. That's so disingenuous.
Yeah. So then they start to gaslight and act like women. So I'm going to keep going further on this little thing. He then calls into my show. Because again, white people, and I just want you guys to understand, when you guys crash out on us, we just walk away and then do our own thing. And we just do our own panel. So if you're just not pleasant, we just walk away.
Well, by the
Fatty, you got to get out of this chat. I really am only letting entertaining people be here. So I'm going to ban you because I need the bar to be a little bit higher. I just need you to be better. You know what I mean? I just need better from you.
Black men. I won't say black women. I know black women try to tear you apart. I cannot deny that at all because of information you do share. But white women try to tear you apart. Women in general try to tear you apart.
And so then he comes and starts nagging me and like, I just don't know if you guys understand how unpleasant this is. And black people, I know they can be pleasant. They're like, when I do street interviews, they give me the funnest answers. No, it's a woman thing too. It's not just black people. I don't know. The behavior patterns are really similar. Great show, Pearl. So and you got to think of the audacity of this because white people, we understand our place in like a hierarchy. I mean, imagine having 5,000 YouTube subscribers and lecturing a woman with 1 billion views. I had 1 billion before I cleared my channel. I had 1 billion views. You're going to tell me how to do my job? It's like the audacity. You know what I mean? Like, do you know who I am?
You've been somebody a lot of people have been supported before you even came on a panel. When you came on Anton Daniels' panel maybe 2-3 years ago, black women would say, oh, Pearly racist. Men came out to your defense big time. I wanted the man that came out to your defense. I say, hey.
It's going to nag like a woman. I get the topic. And
did
if
I
you
tell
check
you?
our messages, yes, you did.
Did I tell you we're not?
Now he's going to gaslight me. He's going to say, oh, it wasn't the topic. In your face and say this. Then he's going to accuse me of and it's like they always go in with such bad faith. Like white people, our default is good faith, and it gets taken advantage of all the time. Our default is, oh, the topic, but if he was a white guy, the white guy would have said, oh, maybe I did tell you the topic was black fatigue. I'm sorry. That's how it would have ended. Did say that. I could give you, when we're talking about black crime, I could give you real life examples. I could give you examples in the media, and I could give you facts, data, and statistics.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have all three, I understand having. Yeah. So
an echo chamber, which Pearl asked us
trying
to
to
have a.
I'm gonna have panelists show up soon. W Pearl, and wish you could do a fresh and fish shout out, Myron. Oh my God. Those girls are too ghetto for me.
Pearl, echo chamber. We hate echo chambers too. Why would you kick off the person who's going against what you're saying? So we have an actual conversation.
Because you can't have a conversation when someone's monologuing for 10 minutes. You can't do it. Yeah. And so, no, I didn't even think this guy was disrespectful, but I'm like, we're never going to get to the point. He doesn't land planes. And now he's going to, and this is the thing. It's like always bad faith. Always, always, always bad faith. Like, a white guy again would say, oh, that's why you kicked him. It wasn't because you were offended. Oh, I'm sorry. That's how we would do it. A white person would say, I don't mean to overtalk you. Oh, I'm sorry. A white man, definitely not a white woman. Sorry, I should clarify. A white man would do that. A white woman. Oh my God, I had to mute a white woman last week. So let's not pretend I'm going to do a show on white women this week too. So I got smoke for everybody. But it's the lack of good faith. It's just incredible. Like in a good debate, you got to go back and forth. Like I just have a good knack for this. I did 6 shows with 10 people on it, 6 days a week for a year, and 2 years at 4 days a week. There's nobody that's done more panels than me, except Myron. I should have said, okay, let me skip over this.
We have buttons for that, but that was his first time.
Okay, now excuses. That's what we get to. Excuses for the bad behavior. There's never an apology for the bad behavior. And the reason I'm trying to point this out is because really, I think Black people, if you guys learn to apologize, we could just have a better relationship. It would just be better.
When I talk to you,
and a real apology.
I got on the phone with him because of what you asked as well too.
I do that to him on this.
But he's over talking me. Okay.
It's a thing. Go ahead. You could finish though.
No, just let me say something real fast.
And then the Black guy says he's gonna go on. Yeah.
The problem is women like Jazz, they want white people to sit there and be quiet because almost every single panel that Pearl has been on, she's been expected to. Well, those days are over. Black fatigue is real. If you bring up an established person who's done the work on YouTube.
Yeah, okay. No offense, Doug. I'm going to skip. I just want to get to the end. Okay, I want to get to the end. Have herpes. They have really high gonorrhea stats, really high HIV stats. White men, this is a concern for white guys. And this is a
because
reason.
she said, so that's equivalent. That's warranted. If a Black woman says that white men like Black women, that's matched with Black women. 50% of Black women have herpes.
That's true.
That's justified.
That's true. It's an
I
explanation. Yeah, and so again, women get really emotional about the way the information is said, where men, they care about the information. So this is a very female like way to do this. All right, now let me.
If I said white women like Black men, and I say, oh, all white people are racist. Like, is that equivalent? Does that match?
No, because the facts, data, and statistics, and also real life experience don't match up with that. Right. Because white people actually give Black people opportunities all the time. So there's no evidence.
Pearl, what does that have to do when she said that white women want white men?
Oh my God, it's like I was wrong.
You will find a way to bring race into it just because.
I do respect. This is me getting tired. This is me like this is. You ever have a woman argue with you? And you're like trying to say something, and then the woman's like, argue. And you're just like, do you know what? You're right. You win. Could you? Sorry. I do understand your opinion. I just don't respect that you know how to do this better than me. I'm just being honest here. What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
I just don't think you're qualified to give me advice on how to do this.
Tell me how. Why? Because you got more viewers than me?
Because of your results.
What's the results? I just started. I'm like been on this for 2-3 years. I haven't even went consistent every single day. So how can you? Why would you do this better than me? You have how many people?
Again, if this was a white person, oh, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, this is how it would go. If it was a white person, they would say, "Oh, you're right. I'm probably talking out of my ass. I'm sorry. You're right. I probably am not qualified to give you advice."
Who I have watching right now?
Okay.
So, how many people you have watching right now live?
Okay, so again, we could go back and forth as a view off or whatever.
You got that in.
You can do as you wish.
You did that, Pearl, not me. I'm trying to.
I gaslighting. Okay, this is a crash.
Okay. Who asked who to be on whose panel?
Well, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you. The crash out. Yeah, I love. This is why I love it here. So
I wouldn't say crashing out. I wouldn't say
I'm just gonna put this here. I think this is really demonstrating why white people at times do not give opportunities to Black people, because you guys just make it a lot more difficult to work with you. Do you see his face? It's like, I'm being honest. I'm like, look, you have made this a very negative interaction. You had your co-host crash out on me. You guys started lecturing me. You came here, you started monologuing and lecturing me. This was not a pleasant, I did not have fun. This was not pleasant for me. And a lot of white people aren't going to tell you guys this, because we just, like men, we just walk away. And I'm out here saying, hey, Black people, I'm being honest. I'm being honest about the way this goes. And that's me being really honest. That's me. And I would say this is just increasing the difficulty. And then I would just say, you know what? We just won't do it again. It's fine. It's totally fine. Yeah. You can,
we're supposed to
keep
be Americans.
Where you can keep
we're supposed
doing
to be
your
Americans
stuff.
when a white
Okay. So
American.
now again, and we just don't get it. We're like, okay, you clearly don't like me based on the way you're interacting. Let's just never talk. Let's just never talk again and we can move on. And then they keep going. It's like, yeah, I know. So then I just want to give an update. I did this stream. So this week, white people were very forgiving. So we do accept apologies fairly easily. Like we accept apologies like the easiest. All you really got to do to a white person is nicely say, I'm sorry. This is what I'm going to. Half the time, you don't even have to make it up to us. That's how forgiving we are. We are like the queen and kings of like, okay, let's let it go. I mean, maybe not the women. I could do a white woman stream a different day. So anyways, this whole week, he's been asking me to do a panel today. And he's been saying, let me paraphrase some of this. We got to do this. Basically, I'm going to paraphrase. He tells me he wants to do the show Sunday. If we're both not in our feelings, although as I just demonstrated, I was clearly not offended. Then he says you can do clips, you can super chat. And especially if you're not offended, you should be able to do my stream. So he's like subtly trying to insult me there. And I keep saying, that's not an apology. That is not an apology. And I'm really trying to be honest with Black people here. You win a lot more people with sugar, like being nice, than being mean, especially white people. Black people you could be nice to and they'll be mean back. But white people, if you're nice to us, we're nice back, generally speaking. I apologize that he says he apologizes, but he didn't do anything to disrespect me. So he apologizes and then gaslights me in the middle of it. Then he gives me a million excuses, and I just keep saying back, hey, Pearl, I apologize and I was wrong. Try it. It kind of came down to, I said either apologize or stop bothering me. Leave me alone. Please leave me alone.